What's cracking, y'all?
What's going on?
Man, there's a lot of stuff going on. Tons of stuff going on, G.
Man, I mean,
You might throw a moon at you, you know what I mean? You
Exactly.
might throw a moon at you.
Really, man?
Hey, man, it's getting down to that, man. It's
Is this
getting
what
down
it
to
come
that.
to?
Yeah.
Come on, the
Bring on the wild. Well, right?
All the rap
Yeah.
tour last night was in Chicago.
Nice.
But we're just rambling and they're like, who are you?
Cos-G,
K-Max.
Unscripted Nonsense in your face.
And now it is. So we're back. It's been a few weeks of, a little logistic issue, but we're here.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to talk about.
Tons of stuff. If you haven't noticed, go ahead to D23.
D23, that which is Disney's expose of all their main properties, which is Marvel, Pixar, Star Wars, and of course Disney Animation.
Right.
So they had a lot going on with that. You had the Evo 2017, which was in Vegas.
Yeah.
And that was essentially the Evolution Championship series.
Grab your sticks, kids.
Right.
Yeah, we playing
I
that
think we
Street
just at
Fighter
Comic-Con this past weekend.
Yeah, San Diego Comic.
Right, it's probably the
It's
last
still
wing.
going on right
last
now.
wing and hours is 3:30 out that way, Pacific Coast.
Yeah.
So it's that, and it was a ton of other things that went on this month. And something that I didn't know initially is that July is a new fiscal year. Budgets get renewed and refreshed for a lot of corporations, and a lot of things get put in motion. And maybe that makes sense why a lot of these type of conferences and things and rollouts for the next year come out around this time.
Yeah, because there's a shitload of rollouts.
Right.
We should just get into it and just start talking because there's a shitload of stuff to talk about.
Evo 2017 is my first time witnessing it, and then I might have heard because Lupe participated in a couple years ago.
Yeah, sure did. Yep.
So it was a big to do because it's like, oh, Lupe, yeah, he was actually competing. But these guys are pretty serious. If you're talking about strategy and waiting out and playing a long game, you definitely need to pay attention to that because the strategy that the players use and you advance through the rounds is
Not
crazy.
only that, it's training. I mean, just like a physical fighter or a boxer, these guys spend 8-7 hours a day training. You may do blocks all day. You may do hits. You may do kicks and stuff like that. It's definitely it's becoming a sportsmanship, and for it to be televised on ESPN even makes it more official.
Right,
you know?
yeah, I watched it. Well, I was on the West Coast in Portland. That's another story. So I was watching it live as it was unfolding, and it was just crazy because the rounds. We watched the final rounds of Street Fighter V, and so essentially, man, I still remember the Blanca days. You know,
E Honda with the 1,000 hand slaps.
Right, Chun-Li with the leg kick. Nah, man, it's
advanced, dude.
It's way more advanced than that.
It's
So
super advanced.
I mean, it was crazy, and to see people go through the different rounds, it was really something. I mean, and it was a crowd of several thousand people.
Yeah, it's intense, and it's just like you had a friend that had the Super Nintendo. You go over his house and you guys play Street Fighter all day. It's just grander scale, man. Money involved and
right. It's cash prizes.
Yeah, cash prizes and
bragging rights,
bragging rights, and you get sponsors by actual corporate. You wear shirts that look like NASCAR races.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, they had everything from the people that make the wireless controllers to different VR guards. It was crazy the ads that were on people's shirts. So it's big business. So it's one thing to be unhealthy and engage too much time in it. We do recommend exercise.
But if you're going to do that, at least get something from it, and at least go to a tournament. I mean, they had to go through 2,600 other players. Yeah, just to get to the #1 spot. So it's definitely a thing to do. And a lot of gamers go online, like Street Fighter V, and fight. You could might come up with some of these contenders just playing online. So
or they could test their skills on outside people that's not their friends.
Absolutely, yeah.
And check their skill level.
So yeah, it's just the evolution in technology and video games and gamers, and in which that you can take this to a plateau and have bragging rights, bring home trophies. Not only Evo, there's local Street Fighter V, but just video game tournaments in general. So if you're interested into this, if you are a gamer, you want to get into the competitive field, you can definitely look up local competitive matches and tournaments in your area and get involved.
Shout out to Punk, because he's the first African American, black guy that actually made it to the final round.
Yeah.
It's full of people from other countries.
Right, yeah, that's true.
Mainly Japan. And
yeah,
China,
well,
so.
they're gonna come in with it. So yeah, that's the thing.
But then I think GGP was the one that actually won.
Oh right, yeah.
So he actually won. Yeah. Congratulations to GGP.
But Punk came in second. He
right, yeah.
I mean, he gave him 5G.
And it's not too late because Las Vegas Evo 2018 is coming up in Japan, January 26th through the 28th.
Nice.
So if you want to go out to Japan and compete, it's July now.
Yeah, that's the good setting. Go to Japan and play.
I always want to go. So it's not. So look that up. It's on EVO. Exactly outside, and you Google it, and then you get all the info, and they have the dates and everything, the registration, what it takes.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to look that up. I mean, that was just one of the conventions that happened last week, in addition to D23.
Yeah.
So many moons ago, or
one of them just got crushed.
D23 had a few highlights. Some of the ones that's more interesting to us. Incredibles 2. There's actually a fashion trailer that you think is talking about, an actual designer, like Ralph Simmons or something like that, or, Liz Claiborne or Bill Wang, and really it's talking about the character from The Incredibles.
Nice.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, so look out for Incredibles 2 next summer. Finally, after what?
I'm down with that.
Years?
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
It's been it came around 03, 04?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
It's been a long time.
It's been a minute, and it's one of my favorites, so I'm definitely...
It's how everyone wishes Fantastic Four would have been. So, and then on top of that, some insight in the story. It's not going to be 15 years later, everybody's at school and stuff like in college. No, it's going to pick up pretty much where it left off.
Nice. I didn't know that. That's cool. All right.
And then
we have to wait that long for the next day.
And Pixar got a lot on their plate. I mean, unfortunately, I believe all the voice talent is still around to do it.
Nice.
FT Nelson, everybody. Everybody's still around to do it. So definitely look forward to that next year. Of course, there was a Star Wars Last Jedi behind the scenes featurette. Finally showed the Benicio del Toro character. Was still a mystery. We still don't know what he's gonna do. You saw more.
These guys just bounce from movie to movie, really.
Yeah.
Wow, that's dope.
I guess some real movie bouncing that we got coming up in other news. So, a couple of complete studio moves.
Yeah, true indeed.
The Last Jedi is on track to be really great. Of course, it was supposed to have been, the unleashing of Han Solo footage, but of course things didn't turn out as planned. And that's almost back to the drawing board. And the real quick note, people ask they say what I mentioned before, that Han Solo should not be released on the date that they want on May 25th, 2018. They should leave it in December where it could pretty much breathe, because look what happened this month. All right, I'm afraid we're talking about moons getting thrown.
Right.
That leaked trailer of Avengers Infinity War, it started off the top, Thor crashing into Milano. He meets Guardian of the Galaxy. Then you see, I don't want to give too much away, because if you ever see Spider-Man, then it's going to be weird. All I know is, I think that was on Iron Man getting cold cocked. And it's all fake
he got stolen.
He got cold cocked
You're from the hood.
you see Winter Soldier back in action with
the guns.
Black Panther doing some aftermath fighting. It looks awesome. And this is all filmed in IMAX. And there's 66 characters, and from the trailer, I counted at least 20. Most of them we've seen in movies. But if you could go online and still find it before it's officially released, definitely want to check that out. But the point being is, this spectacle, we're this excited.
We're about to see some stuff in cinema that we never seen before.
Kind of a level like Avatar and the first Matrix movie. So
it's
so it's going, or even Star Wars. But even Star Wars. You look like that, but then without Star Wars, a lot of this would not have been in play, and to the point where people still use ploys and plot lines from the movie itself. Everything from Civil War to, unfortunately, Valerian. So, Star Wars, it did change cinema, and Industrial Light and Magic stemmed from making those movies. The technology was pushed to make the movies and give us the graphics and everything that we're watching right now. So yes, Star Wars. Love it or hate it, it is what it is. But the point being is, with that said, even with all that, the Han Solo movie is scheduled to come out May 25th next year.
That's a hard fight.
Infinity War is coming out May 4th, at the beginning of the month. And then right after that, Deadpool, right after the schedule, the potentially scheduled date of the Han Solo movie is Deadpool 2, the first week of June. Not a good time period, because look what's happening now. Spider-Man, although it got rave reviews and it's a good movie, it's not cleaning the house. Why? Planet of the Apes came out the week right after that. And then my new hero, well, not new hero, but my favorite director, Christopher Nolan, Dunkirk. I mean, it's everything, and then and now everyone's moving on to Atomic Blonde, which is still tracking at 98 to 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. People been raving about this since South by Southwest when they first screened it. So it's a lot. You don't. It all depends on how many eyes and what you want to happen with your movie. Like Guardians of the Galaxy had a lot of views. It was able to capitalize. Wonder Woman still making money. But then June was just kind of a weak month. Great timing. It worked out for Warner Bros. Great. But this month, and then it's not gonna let up, because right after this, we still got Dark Tower. We got Lucky Logan, which is a heist comedy. And then in September we got It and The Kingsman 2 new trailer. You got definitely check that out. That looks super awesome as well. And
I heard It is super scary.
Yeah,
like it's really going to hit that horror mark.
And right after that we got Blade Runner 2049, the first week October, and then we're gonna start getting to the fall movies. We're 1 month away from Thor Ragnarok, talking Hulk. You know, Hulk kind of like fire.
You know, you're like weak fire. I'm like, wait a minute, like what the hell?
Dude, it's crazy. And if you have not seen it, definitely it's out there. That footage got put out there from Comic-Con. It's been a plethora of trailers. Defenders trailer 2, which really hyped, because at first when I just wanted to see it just because I've been following all the stories, with the exception of Iron Fist, which I still have not seen yet. But it looks like I'm going to really need to see that to get plot points and details and not feel like, why the hell is this going on? So, but the new trailer, which we're only 3 weeks away, August 17th.
True.
So Defenders, they screened the first full episode at Comic-Con, but the trailer number 2 is out. You definitely want to check that out. It looks like it has the action and the fighting from season 2 of Daredevil, which is awesome, with the grit of Luke Cage, and I can't wait. It's only going to be eight episodes.
That's all we need.
Definitely, you want to check.
They might have a Punisher appearance in there. We're not sure yet, but they did screen Punisher as well out there.
And that's not coming out till later this fall.
Hey, it's already
later this fall, maybe early winter. But so that's on the docket too. What else? That Stranger Things season 2, which is not coming out.
The trailer is amazing. I love Thriller, dude. That's one of my favorite songs.
It totally fit the whole thing.
Yeah, it fits everything.
I think that's Vincent Price voice.
Yeah.
I was wanting someone kind of overdubbed, but yeah, definitely if you have seen, you can still catch up. It's a couple of months out on Stranger Things season 1. You definitely want to check that out. So that's something else that they released. We mentioned Blade Runner 2049. There's a promo which reminded me of Starship Troopers almost. The Paul Verhoeven film from the 80s for the new Pacific Rim 2 with John Boyega in it. Okay. Yeah, so that's also coming out. So it's a bunch of trailers. And yeah, and speaking of Atomic Blonde, there's a lot of new news, and it's a real push, and it's a good thing And with everybody else, it cannot be, and it will not be, the same path it's been for the past 50 years. Those people should stop complaining about, oh, everything's just PC. Guess what? There's more than just white males living on this planet, and there's more than just men in general that could be heroes and kick ass. So with that, I mean, we saw apparently there's an appetite for the movies. Otherwise, Wonder Woman wouldn't have been what it was or is. We have a
they should have did that a long time ago.
I mean, Patty Jenkins originally was going to do Thor 2, Dark World, but Kevin didn't get along with Kevin Feige or whatever, and then she ended up doing it, and it was supposed to be the love interest. Well, it's not Thor's love interest, but it was supposed to be, I can't think of her name now. She played the agent on that NBC show, and she was going to be Wonder Woman, and you know, it's theories out there that you can Google who's going to be the original Wonder Woman. You could definitely Google that. But moving forward, now we get into the Captain Marvel, and we talk about Ant-Man and Wasp, and this is when all the studio swap, something that no one thought. Yeah, I didn't think I would see.
Yeah, I didn't think I would see it either.
But then, like for Ant-Man and Wasp, which is a sequel to Ant-Man,
right?
One of my favorite Marvel movies,
which is following right after the first Infinity War movie. So we're probably going to see, you know, the results on the ground level of what happened.
Which is kind of precarious, because my whole thing is you got a Titan throwing moons, and you got all this destruction, and people still will be bad guys. But hey, life is a balance.
Isn't it, that's inspiration. I want to throw moons at somebody. Yeah, I'll be a bad guy. What you got?
But then, like, for casting, they casted Michelle Pfeiffer. Yes, she will be in a Marvel movie as Janet Van Dyne, as Michael Douglas' wife, and the original Wasp.
Yeah. She was the original Catwoman in Batman Returns, if you don't know. And she played in Wolf with Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, Wolf is really awesome. So everybody don't be on the same thing all the time, but then at the same thing. But then here's a big studio switch. Lawrence Fishburne, who's been a mainstay with Warner Brothers since the Matrix days. Yeah. I mean, he's been in the recent DC.
Good point. Yeah, you're right.
He's now cast as Dr. Bill Foster, who is a genius, and he's also known as Black Goliath.
Yeah. So he's another character who's going to have some legs. I guess the Ant-Man series right now, maybe they'll put him into some Avengers.
Well, he can't be in Avengers because in Avengers he's actually killed in Civil War by Ragnarok. So he can't be. He's not going to show up into Ant-Man and Wasp. So they're going to rewrite this.
Well, there's another part of Infinity War.
Right, but then he was killed by Ragnarok. We're assuming that Ragnarok is done after Thor. We don't know. All we know is the Talking Hulk.
That's all I care
about. But, I mean, then you have Randall Park.
And which Hulk was talking in the first Avengers, so don't be acting all shocked, like, oh, this is, but it is like, dope. A full feature with him just talking and just...
coherent conversation.
Yeah, right.
That's what it is. I mean, not just like cheap phrases, but coherent conversation. Yeah. So you're going to have Randall Park as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. guy, and you at, who's going to be the villain? It's going to be Hannah John Common, and he's going to be playing a character called Ghost, who could essentially, what Kyle pointed out to me earlier, had power similar to Vision, where he can make himself invisible and intangible, meaning that you can't hold on to him. And that's a hell of This is where everything come in with STEM, with STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. Art, math, science, it all correlates. This is something, you got to think about this. We're talking about beings that can make themselves big, that could manipulate their sizes atomically, and a guy that could go subatomic to the point where he's not intangible, where you can reach through him or touch him. A lot of physics involved in that. I'm really looking forward to that, as well as the casting. So that's awesome. And we're going to get more metaphysical with Captain Marvel, which is going to be a flashback to the 90s. Right. And we're going to see Nick Fury with two eyes. Two eyes. Patch.
We might get to see how he got the patch, you know? So
yeah, it's set in the 90s, and they're learning. Marvel's already got spread. They did a presentation to Elle magazine, which is really good, and it's good, it's smart marketing because it brings people that may not be into a comic book movie, and it draws them in. Like, oh, okay, I read Elle magazine. I may not be a comic book guy, but I'm interested in Captain Marvel. So I mean, that's going on. And then we also came about one of the other bigger trailers that came out, a watchable Justice League.
Oh, that's up.
Cyborg looks dope. Man, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, the opening sequence. That trailer is out too. It's an extended trailer. It's about 3 minutes. You definitely want to check it out. Steppenwolf come in, crashing down up the Syria. It looks crazy.
It looks nice.
It does look good, and I can already see the Josh Whedon-ish type of tongue-in-cheek humor, which is probably good for it. Everyone knows I'm not Josh Whedon.
They need to lighten it up, though. They need to lighten it up.
I still like the extended version of Batman versus Superman. It was dark, yes, but it was still a good story. I don't need everything to be cheery, happy, and jokey. I don't need to laugh all the time. I do like, because even the graphic novels are not always happy. There's some really grim stuff out there in some of these books between these pages.
That's true.
So to see that visualized on film, not such a terrible thing. It's an interesting contrast. So everything not similar, because there's a boatload of stuff coming out next year. It's going to be at least 3, 5, maybe about 7 comic book movies that we know about right now.
Yeah.
And then there's other spectacles that Warner Bros. Released on Ready Player One, which is based off a book by what is it? Ernest. Can't think of the guy's name. I'll Google it, but. It's based off a book, and essentially it's a dystopian near future, about 30 years from now, and it looks terrible. So I don't know if they're trying to make fun of what happened when you had Captain Orangeface and the merry men of idiocy running the country. Or you could have, wolves in sheep clothing, centrist, corporatist Democrats. Either way, that future looked very bad. It looked worse than Mad Max. But at least they have hot technology. And that's when they plug into Oasis. You got to see the trailer. I mean, imagine, it's like a Wreck-It Ralph for 80s culture. I mean, you see a guy going crazy with a DeLorean. You see Freddy Krueger getting crushed by Duke Nukem. It's crazy.
That was Duke Nukem?
Yeah, that was Duke Nukem. Yeah, it's...
The Iron Giant is...
The Iron Giant, so...
Major role.
Ready Player One comes out next March. That's some good sci-fi. That's what I like to see from Steven Spielberg, and it looks awesome. That trailer's out there as well, and you definitely want to check that out. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a bit of a lot out there, and it's a bit we ran down. That's pretty crazy. And then we can't forget the Black Panther. They tried to rename it and say Entertainment Geekly, but that's because of Comic-Con. But Entertainment Weekly, awesome cover. If you can find it, definitely worth picking up. Maybe all slightly collectible. Yeah. Who knows? You may be at the red carpet, or you may get to meet any of the actors. I don't know, but it is collectible because I do like the cover. It does give you some background story if you're not familiar with Black Panther. They even show the original issues, so if you want to go out and read and do the research, it's been a new series. It's been rebooted within the past year.
True.
So you definitely want to get in tune with that. It's going to be some elements from the new relaunch of Black Panther, and then of course it's all going to be the mythology from the cinematic universe.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to.
But it's definitely dope. There's some great photogs from the movies and just the characters, and you get to know who's the characters in the movie and foes and friends and what's their duties and responsibilities. And there's a lot of stuff. It's tribal stuff going on, so you get to see these characters and what tribe they are, who they defended, and things of that nature.
What they worship and what they don't. Why is it beef?
Yeah.
So and it's a really all-star cast. It's something to look forward. This come out in February. See, already we mentioned about 3-4 movies, and we haven't even gotten to. It's almost this time next year.
Yeah, man.
And there's still more after that.
Yeah, man.
So it's a lot out there, and I know people say, "Oh, it's fatigue." These movies are not all the same
because they're using different concepts and presentation as well. So
not only that, it's different type of stories. Everything from Logan being a western to Ant-Man being a heist film to Winter Soldier being an espionage film about freedom and pretty much spying.
And even with the Batman, I heard they're gonna do the mystery, the crime-solving Batman. You know, so
a detective film.
Yeah, detective film.
So,
and DC Comics, Detective Comics, Batman. I mean, that's all. That's what. Really, you strip all that other stuff, Ray. That's what he is. He's the detective. So
with a lot of money.
Yeah.
And shout out to Matt Reeves, who will be helming that, because he did an awesome job with the last 2 installments of Planet of the Apes.
Indeed.
So, and Andy Serkis is killing it, because I mean, he's doing triple duty: Planet of the Apes, Black Panther, and Star Wars.
Yikes.
So
work.
Shout out to Andy Serkis, man, doing the damn thing. I mean, between him and what do you call him, Big Moose Brawling?
Big Moose Brawling. He's doing.
He really doing big moves.
He's doing big moves, man. He's doing moves, dude. Yeah. Big Moose Brawling, man.
I mean, you really feel scared of that trailer, like, and it's not a horror film.
It creeped me out when I watched it, like.
It's not a horror film, but that's the crazy part.
It's like, whoa.
So you definitely want to be on the lookout for that. I mean, so much stuff coming out.
Walking Dead season 8.
Yeah.
Trailer also premiered through the SDCC, so look out for the next season of Walking Dead. You're probably going to get into the war, All Out War, which I have right here. Is pretty much when Negan and Rick and all of those clashes, factions collide. So yeah, it's war. Game of Thrones season 7. The war is on. Winter is coming. If you haven't seen the first episode, I mean, it's off the fucking chain, dude. I mean, just the opening scene alone is classic. So yeah, we're these shows is getting deep. You know what I mean? So
I still have yet to watch a full season of that.
Well, man, you got a lot. That's a lot of viewing time, dude. You're gonna have to take some time off. To catch up.
I don't know, because there's so much out there. Just like there's this new series called Ozark.
Yeah, that's right.
Bateman on Netflix, and essentially he's not, you know, what do they call him? Mr. Rogers turned into Scarface. He's actually Scarface's accountant. He's laundering the money for cartels.
Nice.
And then, like, you know, the first 30 seconds, you see people bodies falling off of buildings and exploding upon impact, and it's very dark. And yeah, everyone's aware, the wife and kids, not a mystery. It's not like, oh, I thought he sells insurance. No, everyone's aware of what this guy does.
Yeah, everyone in the house knows.
So Ozark, that's on Netflix.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out.
You have The Strange season 4 coming out.
Yep.
That's on FX. Speaking of FX, they did a new trailer for The Gifted. I'm excited for it. I mean, they got a Blink, even though it's not the same Blink from Days of Future Past. Or is it?
I don't know.
I couldn't really tell, but she looked different from. I don't think that's Fan Bingbing, because that's her name.
Okay.
I don't think that's her. But you know, Bryan Singer helming it. I'm wishing the best for it. It does look good. I'm hoping for the best. So they did a whole signing. The cast was there for Comic-Con, and also next Sunday, if you're not in tune, season 1, season 2, Rick and Morty.
Rick.
So I mean, it's one of my favorite comedies. Very smart, nuanced humor, and yes, there is vulgar language in it, but it's still pretty witty, and they make a ploy of everything. I mean, they make it like the season 3 premiere made fun of our whole economic system. That's out there right now. You can go to Adult Swim and go see
I
that.
think they premiered something as well for the Comic-Con as well. They had premiered a new episode, so it might be on Adult Swim. You can check it out.
I don't think so, because the next Sunday at 10:30.
No, they did premiere something.
I know they premiered it, but I don't think it's online. I don't think it's on Adult Swim.
Okay.
Because next Sunday the actual season 3 starts off, and there is a trailer, and you can see they're gonna poke fun at Mad Max, and they're gonna poke fun at several other things. But you can see right now, you can see season 1, season 2, or if you want the full embodiment of the humor, you can also buy the Blu-rays, and they're unedited, or you can buy the episodes unedited on iTunes or whatever your video distribution, Amazon, whatever you prefer. And also a little insight.
Get that Fire Stick. It saves your life. You don't have to pick cable no more with the Fire Stick. Just put that out there.
Well, we go. It's another technology thing too, but also Dan Harmon tweaked a lot of the humor in Doctor Strange. a lot of the science.
Right, yeah,
I mean, you get an idea of what these things are based off real principles, and they take liberties with it. Hence, someone says science fiction, but it's really science truth. So
nice, yeah.
Or you could call it fantasy. And this brings me to something like, because it was a couple of things. Last night was an Art of Rap tour. Shout out to Ice Cube, who showed up, and did straight out Compton, impromptu, because he's in town for the 2-on-2, or the 3-on-3 basketball tournament. And shout out to Taraji P. Henson, who was in the presence, on stage, watching it, appreciating all
She pretty much a Chicago one.
Yeah.
She just like.
And then look out for a new trailer. Shout out to Sony, because like Atomic Blonde, she's going to be Proud Mary.
Yeah.
So that's a new trailer that's just dropped.
Yes,
you definitely want to check that out. So I'm sure, I don't know, it didn't have a release date, so I'm sure it's coming up. So it's called Proud Mary, and it is in the vein where she's toting guns, kicking ass, and yeah, it's pretty crazy. But you know, last night, you know, Red Ghost kicking on stage. EPMD,
DMX,
Crucial Conflict, Chicago's own Jay Lynn.
Yeah.
You know, it's hosted by Kyle from GCI
and Leon Rogers.
Shout out to both of them. So that was that went down last night, Chicago Theater of all places, and it was really dope. I mean, Rakim killed it.
Dude.
And then like something I want to touch on was DMX. He was kind of incoherent. He was all over the place.
But it's DMX.
Yeah.
It's DMX.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, the sun sometimes is hot, moon is cold.
Look under the rock, it might rain.
Rain, pain. I was like, what? It was kind of cool. He did have a face-off battle. It wasn't a battle. It was more of a teaching to aspiring rapper. I don't even remember the guy's name.
I forgot his name.
Yeah, that was backstage. So, DMX asked the guy for 8 bars. The dude recited the song.
He went through a whole 30, 40 bars. Like, he didn't ask you if you knew how to rap. You
right.
Rap. He asked you for a particular thing, and that's the thing with you artists, when you go up to these bigger guys, you know, he could easily call Swiss and like, I got one right here. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. You take advantage of the opportunity, yes, but you pay attention and listen to what they're asking for, and you deliver based off what they asked for. If not, that could
don't sit there and get gassed with your boys and say, oh man, your boys say your best, your manager like coaching you, and then like you go in there and you flop.
Yeah.
So you definitely learning, and speaking of learning, we heard from teacher himself, who's been on shaky ground for supporting suspect things.
True indeed, yeah.
But then even more so, he did speak some truth, and this is what I mean when you need to be literate and know what's going on. You should be on the side. Everyone has smartphones in their hand. It's not an excuse. You should want to learn what's happening. Because Garrett was right. He did say technology, you know, the internet is a military technology. It was developed by the military back in World War II, and it became consumer-based in the 90s.
True indeed.
So that is because of technology from solar flares, electromagnetic waves, or EMP. The military wanted ways to communicate with different bases and subs that wasn't necessarily tethered to a telephone.
Right.
So all that is true.
Yeah, it's true.
But then, like to say that you in the internet and you work under the military, yeah, okay. In a simple sense, yes, that's true. But you gotta understand, without the internet, where would we be? I mean, how could things be? It's one thing he did say that was rather pointed. Don't let technology dehumanize you, and that goes with where
I think it's so many layers to that, because I mean, you might catch myself in my phone sometimes. It's like,
dude. I mean, even that. I mean, with Facebook and stuff. I'm talking about the things that's dehumanizing to me. That's why I hate World Star Hip Hop. I don't care how many views or who's pissed off about it. The stuff they put on there. I mean, people getting smashed by cars, fights breaking out, and instead of someone trying to get somebody to quell the anger.
Well, that's more control because people got to put submit videos and then they put the videos on there.
But then that's dehumanizing. That means you don't care what happened to the victim.
But what about Facebook Live where the
same thing? Yeah, dude might get burned. Hey, man, what about the burner?
Or you know, I got all these guns and drugs right here. Look, y'all.
Don't be fooled. I mean, there's still reality behind this. I mean, that's the part that's dehumanizing when you're not even connected to the point of reality, which is weird because I'm still looking forward to Ready Player One. But I still like technology because even something like this box right here, it looks very simple, unassuming, but it's a chipset. HDMI out, some RAM. You can put an SD card, the same SD cards that's in your phone. You can run everything from a Kodi box to operation. It has base Linux on it. It's Linux based rather. You can run a lot of things off this little box. But see, that's understanding technology and then using it to actually, let's say helping it, understanding and being productive in society and not
making things flow better.
Right. Because, I don't know, I mean, I wouldn't want to go back to the day. I mean, one thing I do appreciate, the art of writing, I do appreciate that. The texting and everything, people forget how to spell and don't even know how to write. I hear they bringing handwriting back to school, but even beyond that, technology, it shouldn't be a mystery to you. Not in this day and age. It shouldn't be some mystical stuff there. Ooh, I wonder how this works. Oh, lights. Well, you know, you still shouldn't say, I'm going to use candles because electricity burn your crib down. It can happen if you have terrible wiring, but the point being is, educate yourself. Take what people say for a grain of salt, especially when it's spin doctor express in all the media. You just don't know what the hell to believe. All these wars and fake stuff going on. I mean, you got a new spin doctor. The guy that took Sean Spicer, they showed him on Fox 2 years ago. Donald Trump's a bully. He's a punk. Only thing you'll win is a top hair award. I mean, this guy was saying it on Fox News, and now he's a speaker of the house for the guy. He's this guy.
Wrestling, man. It's
unbelievable. That's why you have to be informed.
Yeah, man.
You have to be informed, so...
Sean had to leave, though. That's wild. They showed a montage of all the stuff that he had to cover up for this guy. It is hilarious. I understand.
Yeah, I mean, Melissa McCarthy playing a better end than him. Well, that was Sean Spicer, but the Scaramucci guy, oh, man, this guy flip-flops. It's what the hell do you believe in these days? So, inform yourself. Always be wary. And a couple of tidbits. Mentioned that this week Tom Blonde come out in theaters. Also, shout out to Chicago's own. Shout out to Vic Mensa. He invited me to the listening party, the autobiography. It's streaming now on NPR at different sites. But the album will officially come out this Friday. It has Pharrell, has Joey Perk, had Weezer on it. Who else? They have a couple other people. Saul Williams, Sid the Kid from Internet. It's a really good album. It's very diverse sonically, and definitely check it out. You can stream it now on certain online outlets, and it's a good album. Especially, he give an ode to 47th Street, waves between poverty and prosper. It's a lot of things on the album that's really good. He really took his time out. It's more focused than the 2 EPs that's come out prior. So definitely check that out, the autobiography as told by Vic Mensa. That comes out. Vic Spencer has vinyl now for another one of his albums, so check out with him as well.
The Big Ghost and the collab joint, Chris Crack.
Yeah.
When it's Chris Spencer.
Yeah, Chris Spencer.
That's pink vinyl, and I think the Big Ghost album.
Yeah, that was the first one. That was the first vinyl that came out. Yeah. So that's out as well. And
shout out to Ghostface.
Shout out to Ghost, man. Shout out to B.I.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Shout out to everybody that we kicked it with yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the size of it. So, you know, there's a lot going on. Valerian was a bit of disappointment, but it is based off a comic book, and there's elements that weren't put in there, like she was a spirit from a French woman back in the 17th century, and that's why he was in love with her. It's a lot of little things and intricacies that was not That's not in the movie, and I didn't know until I saw it screened out there in Portland, of all places. And yeah, but definitely want to check that out.
It's cool. It's cool.
It's good visually, but you have way more options now.
Yeah.
Way more options.
Yeah.
And there's more options coming down the line, so you can go check it out. My money's on Dunkirk, Apes, Spider-Man, Atomic Blonde coming out this week. We got Lollapalooza coming up next weekend. Afropunk coming up the third weekend in August. I'm not sure if the One Fest is still going on in Atlanta in September. So, and I think they just had Afropunk London this past week. So there's a lot going on here in abroad.
And I heard the Oddfest is coming back as well.
The Oddfest will be back here in September, so that's coming, mid to late September.
Yeah.
So that's coming through, and can't forget about the North Coast Festival.
Right.
And that's Labor Day weekend. So yeah, Made in America. That's still going down in Philly.
Philly?
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's a lot. It's a lot of things. You can always. One thing I do know, like you can usually use do and the major area code. Like it's do 312 here for 312 area code. Do 512 if you're in Austin. I learned this
nice.
with do 503 when I was in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, so it's everywhere.
It's pretty much
Nice.
in most major cities.
Okay.
So you can always find out things that way.
That's
Or you can follow at K-Max, K-M-A-X_Chicago on the Twitter, or on IG is CHI_K-Max.
Right. And I'm Southside Cos-G at Instagram and King of Slaps 95 on Twitter. You can check me out there.
Yep, and then we want to thank everybody. I mean, the views are going up.
Yeah.
Feel free to leave comments, anything you want to say. And we appreciate the love. Share it.
Appreciate the love, the share, and everything,
let
and the
everyone know.
feedback and everything, man. But yeah, we here, man. We gonna keep giving you updates and stuff of what's going on. So yeah, this Cos-G,
K-Max.
it's Unscripted Nonsense in your face.